What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 11th day of August, and here we are with just under an hour left in the day, sitting here at about 14.6 cents, just above there. Just under an hour left in the day, down 12.12% as it stands right now. It's looking like we could go lower than the current price. I wouldn't be surprised if we did, but at this point in time, I'm not completely convinced that we go below this low just yet. We could. It's definitely intimidating, the look of it right now. It definitely looks like the Bears are in control. And maybe, since the top, the Bears are in control. But overall, the Bulls, don't get me wrong, guys, the Bulls are absolutely in control still. They're just asleep. When they wake up, they'll show the Bears who's daddy. But for right now, they're just letting them play and have their fun. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, see if we can discover some directional headings for Cookie DAO here. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, I mean, you did move down with a good kind of tenacious move, but not a lot of volume. You had more volume on the way up. You got a lot less volume on the way down. Something fishy about this movie, guys. I'm not wooed by it. I mean, we'll see. Let's look at the indicators. Oversold on the stochastics, and you do have bullish divergence on the MACD. You've definitely got the setups to bounce here. Overall, I guess I don't like the RSI. The stochastics are whatever, more bearish than bullish right now. But the MACD has some bullish implications here. It doesn't mean that we bounce here. We could go lower first. Perhaps what we do is, move up a little bit, and then we come down, get a lower low, get that bullish divergence to stretch on the RSI as well as the MACD and the stochastics. And then we bounce. Then we see our, then we see our recovery moment there. But let's see if we do go down. Where would we go? Looking at the 4 hour time frame here. We'll take the low from back at the beginning of August, on August 2nd there, to the high here, and see that you have, in fact, gone down to the golden ratio. So low to high, down to the golden ratio, found support there. Looking like, I mean, if you were to bounce here, you would go up to like the 0.5382, but I wouldn't call it a bounce so much as just like a breath of fresh air, right? A little relief rally before working your way lower. You could see something where you find resistance here at the 382.5 area, and then you go down to the golden ratio again to find support there at a lower, slightly lower low, or even the 786, 886. But I don't think that's necessarily incriminating to lower prices below 13 cents there. So I'm not again wooed by this movement. Kind of looks like a giant megaphone pattern, right? Higher highs and lower lows. It's a hard pattern. It's a very volatile pattern to get higher highs and lower lows, honestly. It's crazy environments that produce that. But volatile. It's volatile. So if we're down, might we go up then? And might we go up a good bit? Maybe we go up higher than I'm expecting. But looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, I suppose we're closer to an area to bounce. I don't want to say bounce, but to move up before moving lower. But I do think that we go a little bit lower still. With that being said, if we bounce here, cool. Whatever. By the end of the day, if we move on up, if we're up above like 15 cents, maybe this is the low. Maybe we do bounce here. Lower lows in the RSI. Stochastics are getting oversold, and the MACD looks somewhat bearish as well. Man, I'm so tired. I don't know how to feel about the 4 hour time frame. It's not really giving me a whole lot. I mean, overall, you're more bullish on the RSI. You're in a place to bounce on the stochastics, and you're more bullish on the MACD, but I just can't help but feel like you go a little bit lower. But who am I to say? Maybe I'm wrong. Daily time frame, you are at areas that you found support plenty of times before. I'm really not impressed by this move down. There's not a whole lot of volume. It's a very big candle in comparison to any of these days, but there's not a whole lot of volume at all, right? And you're in an area to find support. Something smells fishy, man. I don't trust this drop. Still, 14.6 cents here. It wouldn't surprise me if it went as low as like 14 cents, but I don't think we get too much below there, if at all below 14 cents. Low here. Whoop, that was not the low. Low here to a high. Come on, high there. Low to high. 0.5 support up to the 382, down to the golden ratio, up to the 0.5. Yeah, see, this is what makes me think that we go a little bit lower. I will say if we go lower than this low, which again I'm not necessarily expecting, but if we do go below that low of 12.96 cents, if we go below there, 11.7 cents likely holds. If not there, then something between like 10 to 8.5 cents. I just have a really hard time with seeing us go down that low. I mean, what Cookie DAO is going to drop? Cookie DAO is going to drop another 30% or more, 40% or more. I don't think so. You drop that much when you're in the middle of a pump, right? We're kind of in the beginnings of alt season right now. If Cookie does that, I would assume it wouldn't be a standalone thing, right? If something happened to where Cookie was able to go down this low, 30 to 40% of a drop, something else is going to be going on in the markets, which would be pretty bearish. So I don't think that happens, man. I really don't. I think we'll get a double bottom off this golden ratio, maybe a slightly lower low, or most likely probably a higher low, slightly higher low. And then from there, continue to rally. Cookie's got some very bullish prospects ahead of it. I very much do believe that we're going to see some new all-time highs here by the end of this next endeavor. This next endeavor taking us all the way up to about $1.65. If not there, then to $3.90. If not there, then somewhere in between. I'm a fan of this somewhere in between area, probably at about 250 to 270. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I'm going to end the video there. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.